Will you being our queen?
Congrats on being the new queen of Aradon, Mal. You sure know how to pick 'em. And we have to say we're super impressed with how you chose to take down the barrier and let your fellow VKs through. This way, you can continue to form an awesome friendship with your new pal, Uma. We totally noticed some sparks flying between you two, which is why we're a little confused. So come on, Mal, tell us the truth. Why were you and Uma able to defeat Audrey? Mal and Uma might be tight-lipped about the whole ordeal, but we want some answers. Why is it that Uma and Mal are stronger together? And why was Uma's seashell necklace glowing for Mal? Keep watching to find out.
Regain your might and ignite!
We definitely weren't the only ones confused about Mal and Uma's conjoined powers. Two villains from opposite sides of the barrier united forces and managed to beat Audrey and Maleficent's scepter. This would make sense if it weren't for the fact that the Disney Descendants trailers confirmed that the only thing strong enough to beat Maleficent's scepter is Hades Ember. So we're a little confused as to why the Ember wasn't strong enough to beat Audrey, but Uma and Mal were. There are a few theories that could explain this strange phenomenon, but for the most part, we do know why Mal wasn't able to overpower Audrey on her own. After all, Hades did warn Mal that the Ember is 100% dedicated to him, and only 50% dedicated to Mal.
You're only half Hades. The Ember won't do everything for you that it does for me.
And Mal knew this, which is why she had Hades brought over from the Isle to wake Audrey from her deep slumber. One of the more vanilla theories out there is that true friendship defies all odds, meaning that Mal and Uma's bond was enough to overpower any villain who came their way. True love and true friendship play a huge hand in a string of fairy tales. Evie was able to break Audrey's curse with true love's kiss, and Anna was able to save Elsa when she risked her life for hers. So, in the magical world of Disney, it isn't too far-fetched to believe that true friendship can defy all odds. Still, some of us aren't convinced that what Uma and Mal have is true friendship. After all, they were enemies for years, so it would take time for their bond to become selfless and true.
Whatever.
So this theory doesn't exactly spark a fire to everyone's hearts, especially since Uma and Mal's newfound friendship was based on lies and blackmail from the get-go. Uma conned her way into joining the Core 4's journey, whereas Mal lied to Uma to get the C3 to help them take down Audrey. Another possible theory is that two magical beings are stronger than one. Both Uma and Mal have magical parents, and they're both able to transform into some pretty ferocious beasts. So it's safe to say that they're the strongest VKs in the United States of Aradon. The first time Mal and Uma use their powers simultaneously is during their fight with the Metal Knights. Mal tries to use a spell to overpower Audrey's curse, but is unsuccessful. But when Mal and Uma's swords slash, the curse is broken, and Mal is finally able to land her spell. Something magical happens when Mal and Uma's swords collide, but at this point in the movie, Uma is still holding on to the Ember. So it would make sense that Mal was able to draw strength from the Ember when her sword collided with Uma's. And since Uma's seashell necklace is super powerful, it might have joined forces with the Ember at the exact moment in time. So if this theory checks out, it would mean that Mal had it all wrong. Hades Ember isn't the only thing that can defeat Maleficent's scepter. Since villains don't often work together, it would have been a little-known fact that Ursula's necklace and Hades Ember could combine to overpower Maleficent's scepter. So this got us thinking, maybe Hades is the only one who can beat Maleficent's scepter because Hades can use his Ember to its full potential, whereas Mal cannot. But half of Hades Ember plus Uma's necklace is more than enough to undo the scepter's curse. But our last and most mind-blowing theory is a lot more complex than the ones that came before it. What if Uma's necklace had nothing to do with Mal, but was actually reacting to the Ember? We find out that Uma was keeping Hades' Ember inside her necklace when she finally handed the Ember over to Mal. And afterward, Mal is never seen using the Ember on her own. Celia soon throws it into the well, making it lose all of its powers. At the end of the movie, Uma decides to trust Mal again, and they combine powers to reignite the Ember, which works like a charm. So here's our theory. When Uma and Mal work together, they can use 100% of the Ember's powers, because, well, they're half-sisters, but they just don't know it yet. We don't know who Uma's father is, but we do know that Uma loves wearing the color aqua blue. We also know that Hades walked out on Mal and Maleficent when she was just a baby. So what if he ended up having a fling with Ursula on the side? We clearly see the Ember glowing in Uma's hands, but only someone linked to the Ember should be able to do that. So if Mal and Uma are the children of Hades, they can use the Ember at half capacity each. But when united, they can use it to its full potential, making them just as strong as Hades. Which one of our theories make the most sense to you? Sound off in the comment section. And that's a wrap. Give this video a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to The Things. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you later.